Hey guys, it's Ann popping on behind the apron. Wow, I don't know where you're following me from, but it's kind of a yucky day today. Wet and cool and windy and kind of slushy. So maybe we're not through all of our winter yet. But I thought this weather to me means comfort cooking and soups. So welcome aboard. I am going to make a super easy, super delicious creamy potato and cheddar soup. And I'm going to use the cooking blender. Yep, we're going to cook it right in our blender. It's absolutely one of my favorite convenience products. And you know, I always hashtag Pampered Chef makes it easy because honestly what I've found is if you have the right tool for the job, it does make cooking easy. And in this case, it even makes cleanup easy because our blender is like its own dishwasher. It cleans itself. When I'm all done, you will take the soup out and serve it, and you will add water and just a drop or two of dish soap and hit the heat wash, and it literally cleans it for you. So extra bonus there. But if you're wondering where I got the recipe, if you get any small appliance from us, they come with their own little cooking guide. And this is where I got the soup recipe because actually there's a whole section called soup settings, and it gives you all these different ways to make soup and different recipes for it. So follow me along as we do this potato and cheddar soup. The first thing we're going to do is take 2.5 cups of low sodium broth. And so I'm going to use my Easy Read measuring cup so I can just pour in and watch the measure mark, which is super nice that you don't have to lift it up to see what the mark is at. While I'm doing this, I would love it if you guys would talk to me about what soups you love at your house. Let me know in the comments. So what's really cool is, I don't know if I can bring this over to you on the camera, but you can actually see the 2-cup mark without having to lift it up. You actually just look straight down while you're on the counter with it. So this recipe, double checking, I need 2.5 cups. So there goes in my first 2 cups. Now let's add another 1/2 cup. And then we're gonna add a teaspoon of seasoning. And this recipe calls for fresh thyme and onion or anything along that line. And Pampered Chef has seasonings, and the pouches, they come in green pouches, and I didn't lay one out here. If you're a Taste Buds subscriber so that you get our once a month shipment of seasonings and recipes, this is actually called thyme and onion, and it was just a delicious seasoning, but I accidentally ruined my sealable pouch. So I'm just going to take it right here and add the seasoning. And then you're gonna add 3 to 4 cups of russet potatoes. So I just peeled them, and I'm literally just going to quarter these smaller ones and drop these right into the blender. This one is a little bit bigger, so I guess I'll cut him into 6 pieces. We'll add them. And I should make a note and tell you guys that, you know, if you're having soup, you can serve it with a soup and salad night, which would be super easy, or maybe you want to make sourdough bread, or you did sourdough bread already and you can just have a wonderful piece with that. But this creamy potato and cheddar soup, you could easily, if your family thinks they need more protein, you could easily make it and then add some cubed ham or some broccoli even to give it a little bit different flavor and texture too as you're cooking. So don't just stop and think all I can do is this creamy potato. So once you have them all in here, put the lid on, and you'll hear this kind of talks to you, makes its own little noise. And we're going to go to the soup setting. It's one of the presets. And I'm just going to hit start. And this will get a little loud, so we'll let it make a couple noises here because then it's going to start to heat. So hang out. So as you can see, it's already working on cutting up my potatoes for me, and it's starting to heat the broth because the temperature is right here. So the temperature will start to climb, and as it climbs, it will continue to cook the potatoes and puree them. I should make a quick shout out to you guys too. This is one of our small appliances. The air fryer tucked behind is a small appliance. My grill and griddle is a small appliance. What am I forgetting? The multi-cooker is a small appliance. All of Pampered Chef's small appliances, they are a host bonus for April and May. You could actually get any one of these at 60% off. And you know what? You don't have to think in your mind it's a traditional party maybe from days in past. I can literally text you a shopping link that you can share with friends and family to do a qualifying party and to go on a bargain for a small appliance. And that's good for April or May. So if you fall in love with this too, hit me up for that. So as this is continuing to cook, I want to talk about doing the cheese. But just to let you know, it started at 60 degrees, so that must have been the temperature of my broth and potatoes. It is now up to 81 degrees. But when this is done, it will tell me on the monitor down here, add. And add means now you want to add the last ingredients. Sometimes you just take off this top lid up here and you add right through the hole. Other times, like in this cheddar cheese, you literally just take the whole lid off and you're going to stir the cheese into the hot soup and it will melt. But I personally love this seriously sharp cheddar cheese. And I'm using just one part of the adjustable double grater. I'm using the really big grates because as I want to just grate, like it says 4 ounces, but you know, cheese is cheese, right? We all love cheese. So I'm just going to grate a few swipes of the cheese here. But I want you to see how beautiful and big those grates are. And they melt beautifully. And if you want cheese to be melted in something like a soup, it's really important that you buy fresh packaged cheese versus already shredded cheese in a bag. Because, you know, it's important and we need those shortcuts. And those shredded bags come in super handy, but they do have a couple extra ingredients in them so that they don't clump and stick together. And those extra ingredients truly do cut down on its melting ability. So if you need it to melt, which I certainly do in this soup recipe, you want to use a big block of cheese of any kind. Aldi's has great cheese and it's always less expensive. So go ahead and get some there if you want. But I'm just going to do, I don't know, a few more swipes. So it kind of looks like maybe a cup of cheese. That's actually 8 ounces. That's probably double what the recipe called for. But when this is done cooking, it will say add. I will stir in the melted or the cheese. It will melt. Let it set just for a few seconds and then serve. You can serve it again with croutons, or you can doctor it up and you can serve it with chopped up ham or broccoli or something like that too. So I asked at the very beginning, if you're a soup eater, put it in the comments. I want to know what your favorite soup is at your house. And this is just a super easy one. And I do love the fresh tomato basil soup that you make right in the blender too. So talk to you soon. Bye.